The Fellowship of Dorks!
You know, kiddies, Spyro used to be more than a glorified toy back in the day. He had 3 successive great games, and then his fans turned into Sonic fans. Spyro fans after the original 3 games were never pleased. That's because they never took a look at this hidden gem. Most Spyro fans at the time of this game's release targeted their wallets and pitchforks at the console version of the game. I, on the other hand, picked the Gameboy Advance copy because, I don't know, I thought Spyro was best played on the toilet. And speaking of toilet, usually Game Boy versions of console games belong flushed away. But this game, this frickin' game, blew me away. And why wouldn't it? The combat is simple because of the GBA's limited amount of buttons. You know, you got A, B, start, select, RL, all that. But yet, it's complex to master. For old-time Spyro fans, it has some fine platforming sections mixed in with the endearing combat. There are many abilities and upgrades defined throughout each level. Although this game is shorter than a Spyro fan's attention span to newer games, it adds some replay value. When it comes to video games, gameplay has always been the most important factor, and this game definitely delivers. It's honestly one of the finest action platformer beat-em-ups for the system. The developers could have easily stopped there, patted themselves on the back, and released the game, but they did even more to make this game a great one. Since this was late in the Advance's lifespan, you would expect nothing but good visuals. Eternal Night does not disappoint in this regard, or any regard really. The levels and character sprites look beautifully hand-drawn, and the game is visually vibrant, even in the eternalist of nights. Audio-wise, the game does a fine job as well. The songs, for the most part, are memorable and fit this game perfectly. And as for the story, it draws you in and keeps you thirsty for more. If I were to show off my inner Spyro fan and give fault to this game, I would have to say that this game is ridiculously short. But that can be overlooked because each and every level is worth going back to. Also, the game doesn't have a hard mode. Even though it claims to have one, instead it has a freaking impossible mode. Enemies and bosses will take centuries to defeat, and in just 3 or 4 hits, you're as dead as the original Spyro's credibility. And this is a shame, because from what I've heard, you can unlock a Dark Spyro mode if you beat the hard mode. Still, The Legend of Spyro, the Eternal Night for the Game Boy Advance has enough addictive, well-thought-out gameplay, as well as a stellar presentation to make this game a must-have for a Spyro fan, a gamer, or someone who just isn't boring. If you aren't a hipster nerd and don't have this game, I highly recommend that you get it immediately.